Local 4 News starts now with a breaking news alert.
After 861 days and years of heartache, family members of the Oxford school shooting victims speak directly to the shooter's parents at their sentencing.
You have failed your son and you have failed us all. This failure had deadly consequences that can never be undone, that can never be made right.
Not only did your son kill my daughter, but you both did as well.
A judge listening to their heart-wrenching victim impact statements before sending them to prison in a historic ruling.
It is the sentence of this court that you serve 10 to 15 years with the Michigan Department of Corrections.
Good afternoon and thank you for joining us today. I'm Karen Drew. It's the end, or now to a years-long legal case born in the aftermath of the Oxford school shooting that left 4 students dead and several other people hurt. In separate trials earlier this year, James and Jennifer Crumbley were found guilty of involuntary manslaughter. And today, both became the first parents of a U.S. school shooter to be charged, convicted, and sentenced. Sean Lay was in the courtroom during all of this. He joins us now from Pontiac with the very latest and reaction. Sean.
Karen, so much emotion inside this entire building, packed in that courtroom as well today. Truly feeling like the end of at least one chapter of this horrible case, from the shooting to now 3 convictions and 3 sentencings with the shooter and his parents. Now, his parents, James and Jennifer Crumbley, asked the court today for time served. They did not get that at all.
When you were on the phone for 10 minutes with each other trying to figure out where the gun was, I was on the phone with her father and family trying to figure out where she was.
Nicole Beausoleil, the mother of Oxford High School shooting victim Madison Baldwin, finally able to address James and Jennifer Crumbley as the parents of the Oxford school shooter were sentenced today for their inaction to prevent the shooting. Family of all victims, Justin Schilling, Tate Meir, Hannah St. Juliana, gave what are called victim impact statements. Their words, heartbreaking. Their children ripped from them by a shooting that 2 juries found was incredibly preventable. Jill Suave is the mother of Justin Schilling.
The ripple effects of both James and Jennifer's failures to act have devastated us all.
Both Jennifer and James Crumbley also spoke to the judge and to the families in what are being considered controversial statements. We will dig into those on Local 4 News at 5. But the bottom line, Judge Cheryl Matthews giving the couple the max.
Opportunity knocked over and over again, louder and louder, and was ignored. No one answered, and these 2 people should have and sure didn't.
Back here live at the court's building, Judge Matthews there really laying it out. We're going to hear a lot more from her, Karen, at 5 and 6. More of those heartbreaking victim impact statements. Essentially, parents telling the Oxford school shooting parents what this has done to them, their lives, losing their kids. And we're also going to hear a lot from James and Jennifer Crumbley. Their comments did not go over well to the victims' parents. Let's get to Pam Osborne. There was plenty of reaction right after this sentence was handed out. Pam.
Sean, you're certainly right. We did hear from 3 of the parents after that sentencing. They had been hoping the Crumbleys would get the maximum 10 to 15 years in jail, and they did. But there was something else that each of them took issue with. In their prepared remarks in court today, the Crumbleys expressed remorse and regret, but once again attempted to paint themselves as victims in all of this, too.
The remorse that they were showing has nothing to do with taking accountability for their actions. I'm sure they were sad people lost their lives. I'm sure they're sad their son is in jail. I'm sure they're sad that they're in jail. That's not what's important.
In his victim impact statement, Steve St. Juliana, Hannah's father, said a large portion of his soul was destroyed when Hannah was killed. Craig Schilling, Justin's dad, said the sentence was just, and the remorse the Crumbleys expressed in the end was too little, too late.
Ultimately, the responsibility was in their hands. They are the parents. They are the ones that control their son, and they have the power to do what needs to be done, and they didn't do that. They were the only ones that could have.
Madison Baldwin's mom, Nicole.
I thought I'd have a different reaction. I thought I'd be a lot more emotional, and it was just, that's what I hoped for, but I think that's what we've hoped for so long, that it was just that next step to really go into the next direction of, we can do this.
That next direction is the school. Attorneys for the families are trying to hold Oxford schools accountable as well. Remember, there was an investigation that determined everything that happened could have been prevented and that it was a failure from the top down. But governmental immunity protects the school, at least for now. Attorney Ben Johnson is challenging that protection in state and federal courts. In the newsroom, I'm Pamela Osborne, Local 4.
All right, thank you, Pam. And we will have more coverage of today's sentencing later on Local 4 News at 5 and 6. But in the meantime, you can get filled in on everything that has happened on clickondetroit.com. There you can also find in-depth coverage of all the trials held related to the shooting and the many stories we did with the victims' families.